Randy Pobst driving my GT4 RS, coming into turn 3. He's at 116 miles an hour.
The Rebound was a success.
You like it?
We did all the changes with the wing, the coil overs. We did changes to the sway bars.
But we still have way too much push at high revs. I can really feel the wing.
Welcome back to It's Track Time. Chen Track Events, April, Randy Pobst driving my GT4 RS. The last time he was in the car, it was bone stock. This time it has the Dundon Aero package, it has the Dundon header back system, and it also has the MCS dampers. So he's kind of feeling the car out on these initial laps, and coming into turn 3, he's at 116 miles an hour. Going through turn 5, he's at 78 miles an hour. You can see how the car is not settled. He's kind of bouncing out of some of these curbs, and he wasn't expecting that with the MCS dampers on the car. So the whole idea behind these initial sessions is for him to get a feel for what the car is like and then dial it into his liking. Now that might not be what I want as an amateur driver, but I want to see if we dial it into what he likes, how fast of a lap can he turn, and how much of that can I put on the car. The carousel was another place he didn't like. He was getting a lot of high-speed push or understeer. So as he came around here, his top speed was about 112 miles per hour. Going through turn 19, he was at 70 miles an hour. You can see how he was understeering going through turn 19. After we had a couple rounds of changes, this is after he did damn near a 216 lap, and him talking about some of the changes and what worked and what didn't work.
Because you had to pass.
Yeah, it was very little.
Yeah, because when you went through 20, you were trying to clear him.
Yeah, I was. And he was good. The Rebound was a success.
You like it?
But we still have way too much push at high revs. I can really feel the wing. So you need front downforce.
So was the bar change good?
Yeah. Yeah, the low speed is damn near perfect now.
It's just the high speed that's a little
The high speed is still pushy. Mostly the carousel. It's settled down. See on that bump?
Yeah, it looks real settled.
Yeah. And here too, it's pretty damn well behaved. Even with the bar in it.
Yeah, it looks really calm.
I was starting to feel good about the car, and I got a gap.
You got a car coming.
This yellow 911's pretty good. There's a couple behind it, but there ain't very many here that'll catch me. Very few. And the guy in the cup car up there, GT4 RS, whatever the hell it is, he's pretty good. He's running about the same lap time, maybe 2 seconds slower. At this point, after coming through this corner, I'm 2.1 up. On an 18 flat.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. I went in there a little weak, but the Rebound helps here. I can accelerate and turn longer. And it comes out of here just beautifully.
Yeah, you can take a real shallow line.
Yeah, the nose stays hooked, doesn't push.
So that's the bar.
The bar and the Rebound.
And the Rebound.
The Rebound is working.
Okay.
It really helps going into the S's. There's a little rise. Just as you turn into 3, but look.
Then you get caught.
I'm like, oh, Mustang! Oh.
Yeah, you always straddled that. That's great.
Yeah. So it wasn't horrible.
So you were up 2 at that point?
Before the Mustang.
Before the Mustang.
Yeah.
Dang.
I got a little wiggle there. I didn't want to get quite that wide. And that was the lap.
Okay, thank you. Damn.
I think we'd have been there if it wasn't for the Mustang.
Yeah, so what do you think? So what do you think it's at if you had a clean lap? Given you were at 17 and you had.
I think it would have been I don't know if that was a second. It was a half second for sure.
A half second, yeah. So you're definitely in the 16s.
I'm definitely in the 16s.
Okay, it's just a matter of where.
Where's the rest of the data on there?
Top speed is good. There's the laps in that section.
Oh, here we go. Look at the optimal.
I know. I saw that when you pulled it
up. That's a dream lap, but
Yeah.
it indicates that the potential is there.
You're there.
The potential is there, and I think that would have done it. But I saw that Mustang coming, I'm like, oh! And he tried. God bless him. He went wide.
He tried to get away.
But I didn't attack the corner. I didn't get a good line through it, and I was a little funky going into the next one.
Yeah.
Be interesting to look at the data on that and see what happened to the interval.
Yeah, yeah.
But the car just keeps getting better.
I might be able to dig it out of that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's free enough now at low speeds, so I got to be a little careful getting on the throttle. I can power oversteer.
Oh.
Like I did on the last corner.
Okay.
I got greedy.
Yeah.
And I was in a little tight. I wasn't right where I wanted to be because I'd gone by the Mustang.
Yeah.
But the rebound, and where it helps the most is entering the S turn 3.
Yeah.
There's a little rise there.
Okay.
I didn't even know that. But the last couple of laps, before this session, I tried to turn a little later and get a little better line in, and the car went over that rise, and the front just gave up and floated.
Oh,
and
wow.
it looked wide. So I put rebound in to hold it down.
Yeah.
It worked.
And it worked.
Worked. But the wing is controlling the carousel. It's got a lot of proof there.
So do you want to try backing the wing out? Go back to where?
Oh,
one click down?
No, I want to lower the front.
You want to lower the front, yeah.
Well, you know what we could do? Here, I'll get out.
Okay.
After the initial laps, the two things that Randy really wanted to work on was getting the car more settled in the S's, and especially over the curbing in the S's, and then getting rid of the high-speed push or understeer through the carousel. So in the S's, the thing that really made the difference was rebound. So he ended up dialing up 6 more clicks of rebound in the front and 4 more in the back. That really settled the cars going over the curbing in the S's, and he was extremely happy with that. In the carousel, to get rid of the understeer, he tried the rebound, that helped, and then he tried taking some of the wing out of the back. The theory there was that at high speed, the wing was pushing so hard on the tail that we ended up with a light front end, which induced understeer. So he ended up taking some of the wing out of the back, and it did help, but he wasn't real excited about taking downforce out of the car. So the next thing we tried was changing the bar. So you want to make the front more soft relative to the rear. So we were set to soft front, soft rear. We changed to soft front, medium rear. And that did help. It helped a lot in the low speed turns. It helped some in the high speed carousel, but he still wasn't happy. So then we started going after the rake. And what he ended up doing is taking 1.5 turns out of each of the coil overs in the front, which dropped the nose and increased the angle of attack on the front splitter. That puts more downforce on the front of the car. It sounded like it would work. We were real excited about that change. He went out and drove it, and he came back and he was scratching his head. And he said, I don't know if that was real conclusive, that really felt that much different in the front. That's where we left the car for his high-speed laps. So let's take a look at how settled the car was with these changes. After all these changes, now let's take a look at some of Randy's laps. So first we're going to go into the S's, and this is going to show the difference from the rebound change. So as he comes into turn 2, he's got a higher top speed here, setting up for turn 3. Turn 3 is the one I really wanted to watch, and he's coming through at 121 miles an hour. It's a 5 mile an hour increase. Turn 5, he's at 86 miles an hour, 8 mile an hour increase. You can see on all of the curbing here, he's not getting thrown, he's not having to counter steer that much. 7 is a real violent one. He goes over 7, real uneventful, there's nothing really there. Coming over the top of 9 is very violent. As he comes over that, the car's real settled, no steering inputs whatsoever. So the rebound changes were a success. Okay, now let's look at the carousel. That's where he was complaining about the high-speed push or understeer. We did all the changes with the wing, the coil overs. We did changes to the sway bars, and in the end, he still felt the car was very pushy in the carousel. He was 1 mile an hour faster, but entering into turn 19, he was 7 miles an hour faster. So he definitely got rid of the understeer going into turn 19. After the weekend with Randy, we had a group of settings that he liked, and I had my initial settings. And the thing you have to look at on these is Randy's a pro driver, I'm an amateur driver. So the things that Randy might like might be terrifying to me. So I went and reviewed the settings with Dundon, showed him where I was and where Randy ended up. And they said, yeah, don't make all of those changes at once and go out and drive the car. Layer these on one by one and see if you like them, and then decide what you want to keep. So I said, okay, the one that really made a big difference for him was the bar changes. So I was on soft front, soft rear. Randy was on soft front, medium rear. That helped to get rid of a lot of the understeer. And so I noticed that Dundon made a front sway bar extension, which effectively made the front sway bar, it converted it from a soft to a super soft front sway bar. Softer it is, the more grip you have on that axle. So I decided to go with the super soft front, and then to keep the differential the same, I went with a soft rear. And that was the first change I wanted to go after. The second thing I was going to do at the same time was Randy added more rake to the car by taking 1.5 turns out of the front. That increased the angle of attack of the front splitter, which should make more downforce in the front, and it should get rid of some of the push on the front. He didn't feel that made much of a difference, but one thing it did tell me is that I could lower the car by 1.5 turns, and I wasn't going to hit any of the curbing, because he didn't hit any of the curbing. So what I had them do was lower the whole car by 1.5 turns, and that effectively increases the aero downforce by making the front splitter and the front diffuser and the rear diffuser more effective. And so I took advantage of that and said lower the whole car by 1.5 to 2 turns. I shouldn't hit anything. Let's try that out. So I took those 2 changes initially and went out to my next track event and tried them out. So let's take a look at how that all worked out. Warm-up lap with the changes in place. I've got a McLaren 765 LT coming up. I'm just going to get the hell out of his way. These have like 250 more horsepower than my car, so I just get the hell out of their way and let them fly by me on the back straight. Okay, so on this lap, the thing that I'm mainly concerned about is the bar change. So the back bar is stiffer than I'm used to, so this could cause the back end to snap out from underneath me at any moment. So I got to be real careful with that. Coming around these low-speed corners, this is where it's probably going to happen. And so I'm real cautious coming around these and kind of feeling it out and seeing what this bar change is going to do. I've also got the car lower, so I need to make sure when I go over the curbing, I'm not going to smack something. So I'm kind of waiting and watching on that too. Like at turn 19, when I straddle this curb here, I got to make sure that there's no impact as I come over it right here. I didn't hear anything, so it sounds like the lowering of the car is probably going to work out for me. Here's where the 250 horsepower is going to come in again on the front straight, so watch this. This thing just accelerates, and that wing should flatten out and give him even more speed. And yeah, he's hauling ass. It's 100 degrees outside, so I actually talked to this guy at the pump, and it was kind of fun to talk to him. He was putting 100 octane fuel in it to keep the thing from pre-detonating, so you got to be real cautious with these high boost engines in this kind of heat. And so he's running 100 octane fuel here. Okay, so coming up to turn 3 here, I want to make sure I keep my speed up. I only got to like 107 there. And then I want to make sure the thing doesn't snap out from underneath me. And it looks like it's holding pretty well. The other thing is, you can see from Randy, he was getting bounced out of these curbs. I'm not attacking these as hard as him, so I'm not as worried about that yet. When I start pushing the speed up through the S's, I'm going to have to start looking at these curbings like right here and make sure that I don't bounce out. And so that's another thing I'm going to be watching. Okay, so yeah, coming up here, it looks like the LT's letting me go by here. Okay, so let's watch how the car behaves as I progressively increase the speed going into turn 3. So this is my first lap after the warm-up, and I hit turn 3 at 111 miles an hour, and by the time I hit turn 5, I'm at 83 miles an hour. So that's my initial attempt at this. Okay, now attempt number 2, I'm going to push a little harder into turn 3, and let's see what happens here. Turn 3, 112 miles an hour, and by the time I get to turn 5, I'm starting to bounce out, and I'm at 81 miles an hour, so I'm kind of seeing what Randy saw. Attempt number 3, pushing a little harder. Coming into turn 3, now I'm at 114 miles an hour. By the time I hit turn 5, I didn't bounce out, but I ended up going down to 78 miles an hour, so not as aggressive. Attempt number 4, going into turn 3 harder. Hit it at 117 miles an hour. By the time I get to turn 5, I don't bounce out. I'm at 80 miles an hour. So I'm starting to feel what Randy was feeling with bouncing out on the S's, and that's where the rebound's going to come in. Now let's carry this through an entire lap. So as I come into turn 3, I'm going to be aggressive on my entry speed. And then I come through 4 and 5. You can see I'm kind of losing, and then I bounce out on 5. So that's where that rebound comes in. You can see it as you aggressively go over turn 7 here. I'm going to bounce out a little bit as well. I'm having to correct there. Coming through and setting up for turn 9. 9 is an aggressive curb, and it took that one pretty well. So I'm right on the edge of what Randy was feeling, where you're starting to bounce out and you need the extra rebound to kind of settle the car down. Okay, trail braking into a tight turn. That's where the bar is crucial. And you can see how the tail is coming out a little bit. I really had to concentrate more as I went around tight turns to make sure that when I was trail braking, my tail didn't come out. And so I kind of got the hang of it. You just have to concentrate more. Okay, it's extremely hot out. I'm not going to get a very good top speed on the back straight here. I think I got to 150 miles an hour. Once again, this is a tight turn. I've got to brake and then trail brake in and not have that back end come out. So it seems to be working. Coming through this tight sequence, this is where the bar helps, the understeer. As I come around 14 here, I can stay in tight. Come through 15, this is another place where you want the front hooked up. That bar, the soft bar in the front really helps. And you can see I'm a lot more planted going through that, so that's great. This is where Randy had troubles. Pro drivers, I saw them go as high as 113 here. I've only hit 110. Cameron Lawrence on the car on R7's 119, so there's more grip there. Okay, look at this guy. What is he doing? I'm coming to the inside. He doesn't, and then he changes his mind and says, I'm going in. You just never know what you're going to get in the happy hour at Chen. Okay, so overall, I think the bar is a success. I can go through these low-speed corners better and have more front-end grip, so I think that's something I'm going to keep. Lowering the car, that's a success too. I didn't hit anything. I'm going to get more downforce out of that. What I need to work on now is increasing the rebound slowly. I'm not going to take 6 clicks in one shot. I'm going to increase it slowly and see how it feels going through the S's. That's my next thing that I got to work on. So we'll see you at the track next time, and hopefully I'll have a little more rebound in the front and back of my car and see what happens.